God, my hair. Jeez.
Out of control.
Right?
You're almost like Ariana Grande right now.
Basically.
The high ponytail.
That's what I was going for.
I don't know who that makes me, but Lady Gaga, they did a video together.
They did?
Yeah. Rain on Me or something. I just watched it.
Cool. I didn't know. You could be Sam.
True.
Although, if
I have to
anybody-
get me a butter sock.
I already have a butter sock. So if anybody's Sam and if anybody's Cat, I'm Sam and she's Cat probably. But
With some tasty Robbie.
what?
Sam and Cat wasn't, I didn't like it as much as iCarly and Victorious, but
Yeah, I didn't really watch it that much.
yeah.
But you know, as per usual, that's not what we're talking about today.
Not even a little bit.
We are talking about. Oh wait, this is McWorld.
One day we're going to get really good at introducing ourselves.
I'm really not sure that we will.
We've only ever said our names one time.
I'm Courtney.
I am Mallory. This is our McWorld, and this is your shirt.
It says dance on that.
That could be related to today. We'll get to that a little bit later, but today's episode is another one of our top 10s, but this time we're doing non-Disney animated movies. So all of those animated classics we like that Disney doesn't own, which are very few and
Yes.
far between.
Disney owns the world. But that's okay because Disney makes great movies. Let's be real here.
They really do.
But there are other great movies.
Yes! We're going to talk about them today. Do we want to start with honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay. You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay, my honorable mentions are The Iron Giant, which was, and The Road to El Dorado, even though I stand by the fact that this is not a good movie for kids. Maybe it will go over their heads, but there is a lot of adult jokes in that movie.
I've never seen it.
There's a lot. It is pretty funny, but and for these days kids, I feel like it's not gonna, I don't know, it's not gonna go over their heads like it would of ours when we
No.
were kids.
Kids these days are too grown.
They know too much
They do know too much.
to be kids. I think kids aren't getting to be kids as much to me now that they have all this access to the internet.
YouTube.
Dang it.
But like and subscribe.
But also YouTube is fabulous
Yeah.
because we're on it.
Need to know how to fix your car? YouTube.
Every time I can't figure something out, I YouTube it.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed the other day in all of you sewing masters out there because I was trying to sew something and I could not find a tutorial for it on YouTube.
Dang it.
I know. I was bummed.
You should have filmed yourself when you figured it out and you could have done a tutorial.
Yeah, because I did figure it out on my own. Thank you for nothing, other people. It always disappoints me when I can't figure something out and I try to Google it and still can't figure it out.
Right, like
What?
nobody in the world's done it.
Yeah.
They just didn't film it.
Getting off topic. Anyway, also honorably mentioned Charlotte's Web and the Lego Movie. Everything is awesome.
Some of those made my top 10 list, so I have a lot more honorable mentions than you.
Oh, wait. Also, Fern Gully, I will honorably mention it.
That's
It was on my list last time we made a list, but not this time. So, it's honorable now.
I honorably mentioned that too. Also, I honorably mention Secret of Nim. Classic.
I remember that, yes.
Shark Tale, How to Train Your Dragon, American Tail, Ants, Z, or Ants. It's always unclear, so vague. Because the guy's name was Z, the main ant.
Yeah.
We don't know. Horton Hears a Who, Osmosis Jones.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Osmosis Jones.
A classic.
That's been a minute.
Yeah. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Rango.
Oh yeah, we did watch Ringo.
Yeah. Anastasia, Rockadoodle, Thumbelina. Look, Rockadoodle was somewhat terrifying, if I'm being honest. But I did used to watch it a lot. Tale of Despero.
I never seen it. Wait, did I?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure I drug you to the movies because I wanted to see it so bad.
Oh.
You know the little mouse that was sword fighting?
Yeah.
But see, I don't really remember it. But I really
Me
wanted
neither,
to see
clearly.
it. Ice Age, Brave Little Toaster, Chicken Run, and then these two were on my list last time and I kicked them off. The Pebble and the Penguin and Balto. Man,
Kicked off.
it was so tough because both of those are hella heartwarming.
Yeah.
You ever seen those? Surely you have. We watched them in school sometimes. I don't know why.
I know I've seen the Pebble and the Penguin.
Balto was about a dog leading a dog sled group to save, they end up saving somebody or whatever.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Okay.
I may have.
Anyway, that's all of my honorable mentions.
Okay, into the top 10. My number 10 is new. It is Trolls.
Woot! I also have Trolls on my list, but it's number 5.
Oh. Yeah, I really like Trolls. I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the movies. Did I? No.
I think I did.
I didn't. I don't think I did, but I did watch it after that, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy the songs, and I am looking forward to watching the new one
We need to rent
sometime.
it.
I think you can rent it now, right?
Yeah.
Because it was going to come out, but with stuff and things going on, it didn't come out.
But
the
it
first
made
one-
more movie than the first one. It made more money than the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for it.
Hence my shirt. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Also, I sing Poppy's song. If you knock me over, you knock me over, I will get back up again. That's a good song for running. And also Hair Up is a good song for running. But whenever I'm scared on an airplane, I just play I'll Get Back Up Again over and over again.
Yeah.
Because it helps you a little bit.
Yeah. But it's such a good movie.
It is.
And it's got a good, I like the plot, and I like,
Yeah. Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake. I mean,
it's
how
good.
can- James Corden.
James Corden and Raj. What's his name?
Kunal Nair. Probably said that terribly wrong.
You know who we're talking about.
Rajesh Kuthrapali.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're not good. Obviously, we have a slight accent. Sometimes we're not good at pronouncing names. Sometimes I'll go and watch interviews with people to hear how other people say their names.
It's pretty smart.
But so that I'll know. Because in my head, it's probably not at all like it's supposed to be. But
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. But also,
you're right.
no, well, it is Kunal Nair, maybe. I'm not sure.
But
But-
it is the name.
Yes.
Pronunciation. I can't even.
She can't even pronunciate pronunciation. Yep. Everybody's just gonna think we're a bunch of hillbillies.
Well, we're not rednecks.
No, we're not. We just don't exactly know how you pronounce his name.
Mm-mm.
But we like him anyway, and he's great as Guy Diamond. And I can't wait to see Tiny Diamond.
Oh yeah,
Tiny Diamond is my name. Tiny Diamond looks so cute.
He does look so cute.
Yeah.
Like Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Baby Yoda is so cute too.
People keep being like, "That ain't Baby Yoda." I'm like, "That is
Honestly.
Baby Yoda."
Yes, it is.
To the internet, and the internet rules everything.
Obviously, because they decided that Baby Yoda only eats chicky nuggies.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
The internet
Probably.
decides what the internet decides.
Yeah. So there.
Ruth's gonna do what Ruth's gonna do.
Bam. Okay, my number 10 is Lego Batman movie. And I could have cheated and combined all the Lego movies, but I thought that might rope in like Lego Ninjago, and I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
And also, Lego Movie 2, in my opinion, was not as good as Lego Movie 1. But Lego Batman movie was great. And it had so many different pop culture references. It had Harry Potter in it, and it had... You gotta watch it.
I do gotta watch it.
Yeah, because also it is hilarious. Even though you really think Batman's a turd, because Batman kind of is a jerk in Lego movie. But Lego Batman movie works, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Hold on, I totally messed up my list earlier. Number, what are we on? 9. Despicable Me.
Ooh, that's number 3 on my list.
That is one that I really enjoyed. I thought it was really funny. It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I didn't say that correctly, but that's it.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very heartwarming. Gru is terrible, but also funny, and it's funny how he gets roped into taking care of these kids when he really doesn't want to.
Yeah, right?
But, you know, it's a good movie, and I've seen 2, and I don't know if I've seen 3 or not. I think I've seen parts of 3, and I've seen parts of Minions, but 1 is still the best, in my opinion.
Yeah. I've seen all of those. But the first one still just will always be the best one to me.
Steve Carell's awesome.
Yeah. But it was good, yeah, and it was heartwarming. And
Hey, that's almost a tie-in. Miranda Cosgrove was in Despicable Me,
oh yeah!
and she was iCarly.
Our intro makes perfect sense now.
Exactly.
You thought it didn't, but it does.
It
Oh,
totes does.
Yes. My pen. Okay.
You just thought we didn't know what we were doing.
You were wrong.
We'll find a way. Okay, number 9. My number 9 is
9.
Surf's Up. I love that movie. It's about surfing penguins. It came out round about the same time as Happy Feet, so I guess penguins were popular, but this movie wasn't as popular as Happy Feet, which is weird because it was better than Happy Feet in my opinion. But, you know, it's kind of a sports movie a little bit in that it's about surfing penguins, but, you know, metaphorically, it's a sports movie. They're not real penguins, it's animated, obviously.
It choked up about penguins. Not water.
Yep.
What are we on?
8.
My number 8 is 8 Crazy Nights.
Wow.
Have you ever seen 8 Crazy Nights?
No.
8 Crazy Nights is actually an adult animated movie made by Adam Sandler, who is also the star. But it's about Hanukkah, and it takes place at Christmas. And it's funny, and it has its moments where it's a little bit like at most Adam Sandler movies. But it's also very emotional, and it did make me cry. It does make me cry when I watch it. It does have some very touching moments too. So it's a good movie all around, especially it's a good holiday movie that's not just about, it's not your typical Christmas movie because it's more about Hanukkah and the Jewish holiday than it is. And it follows a guy who's not really so much into holidays, but the main character. But then it's got some other characters that just really at the end of the day, it really is, it's really emotional.
I need to watch
But
it.
it's good. So.
My number 8 is Shrek. And I'm going to kind of group them all in right here because I feel like all the Shreks are good.
Yeah. Shrek is actually my list. I totally messed up my list. Is number 5.
Oh.
I think. Yes.
I like that it has fairy tales, but it's also funny. Donkey is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But it's heartwarming and it teaches you good lessons, and it's overall good series of movies.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny. It's good to make jokes from. And yeah, I like that it's kind of a fairy tale, but it's a kind of a funny take on a fairy tale. And everybody's an ogre. And it's,
Yeah.
it's just really, Donkey's probably the best part, really.
Oh, for sure.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Yeah. That's a nice boulder. Who don't like parfait? Everybody likes parfait.
Right?
Listen, that's true. When I was in college, our little canteen thing made these parfaits, and they were so good. And I used to get them all the time, and they were delicious. And just about every time I would get one, I'd be like, "Who don't like parfait? Everybody likes parfait."
Yeah. But it's a fun take on a fairy tale, though.
Yeah.
That's really funny. So
Number 7.
7. My number 7 is the Hey Arnold movie. I love the show Hey Arnold. It's one of my favorite cartoons ever. If we ever do a list of some of our favorite cartoons, it will probably be on mine in the top somewhere. But I loved it, and the movie was really funny. Of course, it was a lot like the show, and Helga, obviously we all knew the whole time that Helga was in love with Arnold because she carried his photo around with her in a little frame all the time, even though she was mean to him. But in the movie, she actually tells him how she feels about him, and he's like, "What the crap?
What?
Why you been so mean to me the whole time?" But it was just a really good movie, and it was it made sense with the show. Sometimes movies don't.
Yeah.
I always totally jive with the show, but I think that's why it was higher up, just because I love the show so much, and it was a good little addition to the show there, especially because Helga finally came out and told him how she really felt after all that time.
Yeah.
So it was good.
My number 7 is The Iron Giant,
Oh,
which you honorably mentioned
I did.
earlier, but that movie is hella heartwarming.
it is.
I said hella heartwarming twice in this podcast. It's totes heartwarming. But
Vlogcast.
Vlogcast. You know what I meant. The show. Our McWorld!
Show.
I think we actually told what show this was this time.
We
so.
did.
Well, you're still watching it, unless you aren't. But
If you are, you are.
yeah, but if you are, you are. So, The Iron Giant, it really made me cry when I watch it, and it has Vin Diesel in it.
It does.
You wouldn't really know that unless you looked up the cast, because he's the Iron Giant.
Aww.
But also Jennifer Aniston, she's the mama.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dropping knowledge. Anyway, watch the Iron Giant, it's great.
Yes, it is. What are we on now? 6?
6.
No. Yes.
Yes.
My number 6 is The Land Before Time. I remember going to see this at the movies, and I had to. There were people. I don't know if I was, or if there were people in our group who weren't old enough to actually have a ticket. But the movie was sold out, so I had to sit in my mom's lap during the movie. But it was such a good movie, and it is too got those heartwarming elements where the dinosaurs are forced to kind of migrate, and it kind of follows one little dinosaur, and it's very good. And it does have its funny parts too. Like I'm pretty sure the little one, he would say like, "Yep, yep, yep."
Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah, but they had so many Land Before Times.
Like 25,000.
Yeah. I only ever saw, I think, the first 2 or 3, but the very first one is obviously always going to be the best one. And I haven't seen it in quite some time. I feel like I should watch a lot of these movies again that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, me too.
But it was a really good one
Yeah.
that I love. So.
My number 6 is Madagascar. Because I really like those movies. All 3 of them are really pretty good. And after that was over, I watched The Penguins of Madagascar, the show and the movie. It was also really a good movie, but they're also funny. The penguins, of course, are hilarious, but the main animals are really good too, and the stories are good. Of course, like you were saying, King Julian and all the lemurs, they really make it really funny too. So they're all pretty good movies, and I liked them a lot when they came out.
Yep. Well, my number 5 was Shrek.
Oh yeah, my number 5 was Trolls.
Oh yeah.
Number
So we
4.
Swapped it out. My number 4 is the Rugrats movie. So this was also obviously a Nickelodeon movie. 2 Nickelodeon movies on the list. Where this is where Tommy's brother was born. This is the first Rugrats movie. I think there was another one called Rugrats in Paris or something, where Chucky's dad got married. And they introduced a new character. This was kind of towards the end of me watching Rugrats when all that happened.
Yeah.
Because they continued it, and then they had like all grown up Rugrats. And I didn't really watch that as much because I was a little bit older by that point, and I just didn't watch as much Rugrats as I did. But the first Rugrats movie is when Tommy's little brother was born, and they went to the hospital. And they decided that they were going to try to return him because they didn't like him. So they loaded him into the Reptar mobile, and they were going to take him and Chucky and Phil and Lil. And then, of course, they ended up with Cynthia somehow. So Angelica was going to follow them. And she was trying to find them because they had Cynthia, I think, or something. I don't know. She was trying to find them for some reason. But they were, on this whole journey, and they ended up running into this, like, train that was a circus train that had broken down, and having to battle some monkeys who stole Dill. I think that was his name. Dill.
Yeah, Dill Pickles.
To steal him for a little bit, so they were trying to chase. I don't know. It was this whole big ordeal, but
sounds like it.
They always got into so much to be little babies like that.
Yeah, really.
It was crazy nonsense, but
it sounds like it.
Loved it.
I never really watched Rugrats, but I did dress like a Rugrat for Dragon Con one time.
Yeah, it was Tommy and Chucky, right? No, you were.
We went randomly as Chucky and Phil, I think, because we were wanting everybody to join in and be a Rugrat, but everybody wasn't about that life. Yeah. But we were dead set on being Chucky and Phil. So, of course, the whole day, anybody that spotted us thought we were missing at least 2 people.
Where's your other people? I don't know.
This is it. We're Chucky and Phil. The end.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I was Phil because Phil wore little blue shorts. And I didn't want to just wear a dress like Lil.
Yeah.
So that's why I was Phil. As if you could tell. Some people probably still thought I was Lil.
Yeah.
But.
Oh well.
And then you were Chucky.
I was Chucky.
Yeah.
We didn't have like the right hair. We weren't totally committed.
No.
But I did have my skirt. I had a skirt and I put the little designs on it with the fabric marker. So it was sticky. It kept sticking to everything.
Yeah. She kept getting stuck.
That's a bad decision I made.
Oh well.
Live and learn.
Number 4? Is that where we are? Right?
Yes.
My number 4 is the Lego movie.
Oh, yeah.
The original Lego movie. Because I didn't really like the Lego movie that good when I first saw it, but then the more I've watched it, the more I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. First of all, the amount of work that went into that thing is astronomical because everything looks like it's made out of Legos, and I don't know how they did that, but they are super talented.
Yeah.
But, of course, Chris Pratt is good in anything, and Emmett is such a funny little character, and the songs are great. Everything is awesome. And I just love all the people in it. They keep finding other people, Superman, Batman, and, everybody. It has a ton of famous people in it, but the more you watch it, honestly, I think the funnier it gets. Yeah. And the better it gets. So that's why I upgraded it this time on my list.
I think I've only really seen it one time.
That's why you don't get it.
All the way through. And I haven't seen, I don't know that I may have seen the second one.
Yeah, I've seen the
I
second
can't
one.
remember. I know I haven't seen Batman, but I may have seen 2, the Lego Movie 2.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's not as good as the first one, and
No.
it's not as good as the Batman one. The Batman one's really good.
Okay, my number 3 is The Swan Princess. I love The Swan Princess. And I haven't seen it. It's one of those 2 I need to watch again because it's been so long since I've seen it. But I know she was kind of there. She was supposed to marry this guy, the prince, this prince or whatever. But she didn't like him. Like when they were younger, they were like, "Oh, here you're gonna marry," and she thought, "Am I? I don't
Yeah.
like this guy at all." But then, of course, they grew up and they fell in love, and I think they
Aww.
ended up having, of course, like some kind of misunderstanding
Of course.
because that's what always happens. That I can't even, or he said something that made her so mad. But anyway, she turned into a swan sometimes
What?
because she was cursed. So she would turn into a swan, I think at night or something.
That's the plot of Shrek.
Yeah. Basically the same movie. And then he eventually, they had to figure out, what to do about that.
True love's
But
kiss.
that's what I need to watch again because I know that I watched it a bunch when I was younger. And here's an interesting, not really, it's probably not that interesting to most people. Story about that is I had the VHS tape and I lent it to my neighbor one time. And her dogs chewed up the box.
What?
Like not the actual VHS, but the box. And she brought it back over here to my house and she was like crying her eyes out and she was so sad. And she thought we were going to be so mad,
Yeah.
really mad that they had chewed up the box. And my mom, told her, it's fine. They didn't
Yeah.
damage the movie. It was just the box. And she was so sad about the whole thing. It's okay. We still have that VHS tape, I think, with the chewed up box.
Oh, hey. There you go.
They didn't break it out.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I still have a VHS player. I have a combo. It's a DVD VHS combo that I can still watch. I've been trying to slowly collect my Disney movies.
She done forgot the theme of the day.
All of my old animated movies I loved, and even non-animated movies too, on DVD, and getting rid of VHSs slowly but surely. I don't want to get rid of all the VHS tapes of movies I really love before I get the DVD because what if I want to watch it?
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, so
We need to watch it.
yeah, definitely. My number 3 was Despicable Me, and we already talked about that. So
Oh yeah.
number 2,
My number 2 is The Page Master.
I never seen that either.
I loved The Page Master. It was about this little boy who felt like he didn't really fit in, and he went to it was Macaulay Culkin actually, I think.
Yeah.
And he went to a library, and he kind of becomes a part of different books. And so he goes into different stories. So he goes into a scary story. He goes into, just all
That's
these
cool.
different stories. And he becomes animated and, the whole rest of the thing. So it's or really mostly animated, but partly not animated. So it was just really good. And I always thought, how cool would it be to be able to go into books that you love to read or different genres
cool.
of books. So, and he was I think he became braver throughout the movie because he was a little bit afraid at first. But as he went through all the different stories, he became a little bit braver. So I really liked that. And
Yeah.
I just wished I could be in it. I wish I could jump into my favorite books.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
that would be awesome. I would not jump into the Hunger Games.
No. Some books you don't want to be a part of, but
Yeah. My number 2 is Rise of the Guardians, which is a movie about all the different people like Santa, the Easter Bunny, Jack Frost, the Man in the Moon, all of them. And they're kind of rising up to combat. Man, I can't even remember. This is really boding well for my number 2 on my list, right? But it's really like, I think they're stealing like happiness and childhood wonder, kind of, basically. So they're all trying to get the children to keep believing in things because the children don't believe in them anymore, and so
Yeah.
they kind of keep. I think they kind of keep vanishing too. But anyway, it's a really cool movie. Hugh Jackman is the Easter Bunny. Aisha Tyler, I think, is the lady, Mother Nature, I think. Anyway, it's got a bunch of famous people in it. But it's a really good movie. A lot of people actually dress as Jack Frost for Dragon Con. I see them dressed as him a lot with the blue hoodie
Oh, yeah.
and everything and the staff. But it was a great movie. I really like it. I need to watch it again, obviously, since I don't entirely remember the plot. But it was
Yeah,
good.
that's so many of these I feel like I
Yeah.
need to watch again because. Okay, number one. My number one is Thumbelina.
Woot.
This used to be the movie I considered my grandma's house movie. Because every time I'd spend the night with Nanny, I would watch Thumbelina when I was younger. But I always I had a little Thumbelina figurine or little play thing. But I thought, oh, how cute would it be to be so small? And of course, she went around and made friends with all these different animals and creatures. But then, there was the prince, the fairy prince. And so there was kind of the love story. But it was also her going on this whole little journey. But I thought it was just so great. And that's one of the characters I wish that I could be. And that's another character I do want to dress as.
Yeah.
For Dragon Con. And that would actually be better because it wouldn't be as hot of an outfit
Yeah.
to wear one day. The problem with being Thumbelina is you have to have a really, really long hair because her hair went to the ground. And they have wigs I've seen for sale, but they're so expensive for really long wigs. Which makes sense, I guess, but at the same time.
Should I just when I chop my hair off, should I just give it to you?
So I can make my own wig.
Yeah.
I have to dye it red because she's got her hair is really kind of orange.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be her, and I just love that movie. I used to watch it all the time. Every time I spent the night with Nanny, I would watch that movie.
I didn't watch cartoons when I stayed with my granny. We watched Anne of Green Gables and Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Now, my mama used to watch Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
That was like one of my first crushes was on Sully. Joe Lando. Looking at you.
Yep.
Okay, my number one is The Grinch.
You're amazing,
Yeah.
Mr. Grinch.
Like the original old school TV cartoon Grinch, not the Benedict Cumberbatch, not Jim Carrey, obviously, because that's not animated.
Yeah.
Those are both good, but the original one that would just come on normally at Christmas time on TV with Irving Berlin and all that stuff, that's the one I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch that all the time as a kid. I used to watch all those little Christmas things like Santa Claus is coming to town and Rudolph, like all those claymation type things, but I really liked the Grinch, and of course I thought it was cool that the Grinch heart grew 3 sizes that day, and all the Who's down in Whoville who like Christmas a lot. I like Christmas a lot too.
Uh-huh. Christmas is the best.
And the Grinch is a classic. So
It is. I've seen that one. I've seen the animated Grinch. I don't think I've seen the other ones.
the new
I know I haven't
animated-
seen the new animated, and I haven't seen the Jim Carrey one.
You haven't seen the Jim Carrey one?
Mm-mm.
We have to watch that. That's a good movie. The new animated one is pretty good. I'm not trying to throw any shade at Benedict Cumberbatch because I love him, but it is not the old one. And
Yeah.
it's not the Jim Carrey
That's
one
not
either.
the same.
Plus, the Jim Carrey one has Baby Grinch.
Aww.
Yeah. Baby Grinch is so freaking ugly. He's cute. Yeah. You should see it.
We're like coming full circle. Weren't we talking about Baby Yoda at the beginning? Of
Yes. Baby
Yeah.
green things. Well, also we're talking about Sam and Cat, but forget that part. Just focus on the Baby Yoda part. Now we're talking about Baby Grinch.
Yeah. Well,
But we did incorporate Sam and Cat with Despicable Me in Learning to Costco. So
Everything makes sense
everything always makes sense.
around here.
Yes. So that's our top 10 favorite non-Disney animated movies.
What are your favorites? Do you agree with our favorites, or are there any that we didn't mention at all that we forgot about?
That we should watch or may have watched and forgotten about? Tell us in the comments.
Let us know. And if you're interested in more of our lists, because we do all kinds of lists, we also do all kinds of other random stuff. We got our book club. Sometimes we complain about things. Sometimes we talk about our adventures.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in any of that, then you can subscribe and get yourself notified of new videos, which will be coming out when they come out.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
Tell everyone.
Yes.
Our McWorld.
Our McWorld. Bye.
See you later. I really have to pee.
Me too. You peed before we started this, I thought. Or
Well,
did you not?
I don't know, but I gotta really pee now.
Turn the